Light is healing. In syncretism, the subject of light is crucial and fundamental. To understand how light works and its properties, and in particular its healing property, is so crucial with syncretism. This is why I'm with LifeWave. LifeWave understand light and how it works and how it heals. These patches emanate signals into the body. The body, being already self-wise, knows how to utilize those signals for regeneration, for energy, etc. So that's why I would say go LifeWave and go to the light.
Physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background, I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime.
Hey everyone, it's David Schmidt, and I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. As you know, 2025 was absolutely incredible, our biggest year ever. Some incredibly memorable things that occurred throughout the year, and of course, we were able to end the year with our incredible global conference in Anaheim, California. A remarkable event, biggest one that we've ever had in the history of our company. We had the incredible Doobie Brothers opening up things on Thursday night, incredible speakers, lots of information on X20, Sellergize, business trainings, recognition. Of course, we showed our brand new Code of Creation film. On Friday night, we had Jacob Collier, a Grammy Award-winning artist that led things off. And then, of course, after an amazing Saturday, we all got to celebrate the end of the conference with Elton John, Sir Elton John. So truly an amazing celebration of 21 years in business. Thank you so much for making it such a memorable, great event. And I'm going to come back to that a little bit later, because Meredith and I, in early December, we were able to do, along with Janine, we were able to do a debriefing session with the top leaders in our company. And we got some very, very interesting feedback that I want to share with you that is going to pave the way for how we do future events. You're going to love this. But first, before we get started with any of this, I want to talk to you about something that's a subject that I might not normally discuss with you, but it's a good time at the beginning of the year to be addressing this. We have the whole year out in front of us now. It's a lot of time when people are thinking about making some life changes, making commitments, getting back to the gym, getting on a diet, setting financial goals, whatever it might be. So I'm going to start here today with you as we look ahead through 2026. And where to start is with mindset. But let's take this back just one moment. Let's say that you and I were in an airport together. And I were to ask you, show me someone that you think is a person that has a lot of discipline. So keep in mind, people around in the airport are all strangers. You're not going to speak to them. Could you identify the person that shows confidence and discipline? Absolutely, you could. You would look at them physically and you'd make an assessment. You would see someone that is physically fit and you would say, okay, you would know that in order to get in shape, this person has to have determination, persistence, discipline, and this leads to confidence in the way that they walk and speak and everything else. So we make, without ever having to speak with anyone, we can make an assessment as to what their lifestyle might be like in order to be physically fit. So we're judged by others all the time based on our appearance and how we carry ourselves. And so this comes back into the subject of personal power. So what I'd like you to be thinking about in the coming year, and especially this month as you're getting started, what are some of the things that you can do to reclaim or maintain your personal power? There's two areas that I want to focus in on that I think could be enormously helpful to you. The first one, of course, since we already mentioned it, is going to be in exercise. Now, there's an enormous number of great reasons as to why we want to exercise. First of all, we're going to feel better. We'll get more productive hours during the day. We'll be able to do more things with our kids, with our friends, with our family. We'll have more energy, more vitality. And of course, when we exercise, it turns on genes that are associated with health and longevity. So we can live longer through exercise. We can even cause partial age reversal if the exercise is intense enough. And that's really exciting. So for example, there's a study that I talked about at the conference that we had in October, where it's been shown that after 2 years of doing intense cardio, not spending hours in the gym, but doing intense cardio, like sprinting, we can physically reverse the age of the heart by as much as 20 years. So if you're in your 50s and you want to perform like a 30-year-old, doing things like sprinting on a regular weekly basis is going to get you there. So this is very, very important because if you're out for the company, you're doing presentations, you're at your work with your family, and you want to have more personal power, one of the ways that you're going to get there is through exercise. Needless to say, you want to pair that with a healthy diet. So that's some of the things that we covered at Global Conference. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it here because there's obviously any number of different ways that you can be performing exercise. You don't have to invest an enormous amount of time in this, but you do have to stay committed to a regular schedule. And this year, we're going to be coming out with studies to show how you can get the maximum benefits out of exercise in the shortest period of time possible. Really excited about that. 80 seconds worth of sprints per week can be the amount of cardio that you're doing. That's with X39. So be looking forward to seeing more on that later this year. Same with resistance training. 1 minute to start off of resistance training per week with X39 gets you results. You can do that for 8-12 weeks and you're back in and starting burning fat, building muscle strength and stamina. So we'll have more on that during the year. And again, if you were at conference, you already got that information. Now, the second thing that you can do to grow and build your personal power is prayer and meditation. It is so important to start off the day by centering yourself, grounding yourself, and getting yourself in the right mindset. One of the things that you can do that's really simple right after waking up is meditate and pray for 5 or 10 minutes. You relax, you calm your nervous system, you focus on God, You focus on gratitude, especially, and this has a biochemical effect on our body. It will first balance out the nervous system. It'll create balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, puts us into a state of relaxation, reduces stress, reduces inflammation, and it's great for our mindset. So when we're spiritually and emotionally strong and grounded, this is a way for us to perform better and take on the day. So I'm going to recommend that in 2026, those are two things for you to focus on and stay committed to. Get in the right mindset, enjoy your exercise program, enjoy healthy eating, enjoy the way that you're feeling, and start off the day with prayer, meditation, gratitude to get your mindset the right way. And you're going to see remarkable changes that occur from doing this. It's worked for me, and so I wanted to share that with you. Okay, let's talk a bit now about what we are doing to build the business at LifeWave. And we have a very comprehensive series of things that we've done to upgrade our facilities, upgrade our services, so we can maintain the growth that we've been experiencing. So let's start this off. I've got a list here that I'm going to look at. First thing is on manufacturing. I'm happy to say that at the end of 2025, we got a new facility on board in Ireland for manufacturing our patches. This includes high-speed manufacturing, computer automated visual detection systems, and now we can support a company doing well over $2 billion per year. So regardless of how fast you're going to build the business, we're going to be able to keep up with you. We keep reinvesting in our manufacturing, in our capacity, and this is because we've experienced phenomenal growth, and this is why you see that over the years, we have never experienced an outage, inventory outage in our patch products. It's because we're always ahead of the curve on this. So we've continued to make more and more investments into our manufacturing. We did that at the end of 2025, and you have our commitment that we'll always stay ahead on this. Now, another thing that we're doing is on customer service. We began this investment about 2 years ago, and by the time we get to the end of 2026, you'll see further upgrades in our customer service. Of course, we continue to take on new people, add additional human resources into customer service, but we've also invested with a company that we've partnered with on AI solutions. Now, our goal is not to replace human beings. Our goal is to expand our services. So this means that we can, in the future, offer customer service 24/7 and offer it in every language that we currently service and that we, in countries that we distribute out to. So our goal is to ultimately have 24/7 customer service in any language, and also to continue to maintain our human operators and switch them over gradually to both inbound and outbound customer service. So we see this as a way of supporting our community and building our business in the future. Now, another thing that we're doing that I'm excited about is on order fulfillment. So as we're moving towards 24/7 customer service, we're always looking at moving towards 24/7 order fulfillment. So how are we going to achieve this? We've been evaluating on a regular basis the state of the art on robotics, and there are a few companies that we've reached out to on this that we're looking to partner with. But the technology is finally here where we can use humanoid robots in order fulfillment. So what does this look like? We would have a staff of human beings during the day that would be fulfilling orders, and in the evening shift, we would have robots that would be removing inventory from shelves, stocking inventory, moving boxes, and getting things ready for human beings. So what this means is that we will be able to significantly increase the capacity of our order fulfillment center. So regardless of how quickly we grow, we will be able to keep up with that growth. So that's the purpose of that project. And our staff, I would tell you, is very excited about implementing this. So we're going to do this on a test basis out of our San Diego facility first, and then move on to other facilities as we see successful testing and integration. Now, likewise, we're also going to be having new sales and marketing tools that are going to be coming this year. So in addition to the normal things that you would expect, like business training videos, product videos, we always want to be innovative and creative in this process. So for those of you that were at our global conference, of course, on Friday night, you got to see a private screening of the Code of Creation. That is our 1-hour film, which goes into the story of the development of our X20 water machine. And we were absolutely delighted at the reception that we got after showing this film. So our plan is to get this into some film festivals. We're hoping, of course, that we can win an award with this film. Very difficult to do that, but we're hoping that happens. But around the middle of the year, we'll have a plan to deploy that film. And eventually, of course, we want to get this film in multiple languages so we can deploy it globally. So we'll have an entirely new way of generating leads and building brand awareness with LifeWave with this film. Jim Caldwell and I, who is our VP of Special Projects, he and I have talked about this, and given the incredible reception that we had, we're certainly going to be looking at this as a marketing strategy in the future. So this may not be the last film that we ever do. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We're going to get this one out to market, see what the reception is like. But based on where we're at, this may not be the last film that we ever do. So we'll see what the future has in store for us. Now, another project that we got to release in October, we're approaching, I guess it's over 300,000 views, well on our way to 500,000 views and beyond, was the smash hit, The World's Oldest Intern. Of course, this was a video project we did with none other than Star Trek legend Captain Kirk William Shatner. It was an absolute pleasure and a delight to see the reaction from our community when that piece went out and debuted. Special thanks to Mr. Doug Drexler for assisting with that and everyone that was involved with it. And that has turned out to be an incredibly successful marketing piece to build brand awareness about LifeWave. So I think that you can expect that you'll see more of these types of projects in the future. Funny enough, some of the comments that we saw online was that people wanted to see a Netflix series of the world's oldest intern. We thought that was hilarious that people loved it that much. But this is to say that we want to continue trying projects like this in the future to build brand awareness, to continue to give you new tools to build the business with. We're also going to look at new ways of getting out into some of these specialized markets. So, for example, coming up this August in Las Vegas will be a convention to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. Now, as you know, this is a community with more than 100 million people worldwide that watch Star Trek. It's been an incredible phenomenon since the 1960s. And at this year's convention in Las Vegas, there has been a documentary filmed on the life of Doug Drexler, of course, who he worked with on World's Oldest Intern, and he was the genius behind the design of our Welcome Center. And we're so grateful to be working with Doug. What an amazing human being he is. Just a great person. And he loves our LifeWave community. Well, Doug loves our LifeWave community so much that in the story of his life at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas this summer, he is going to be talking about LifeWave, and in his documentary, he's going to be featuring the Welcome Center. So we're going to be able to build this great brand awareness in the Star Trek community. I also understand that some of our brand partners are going to be there, and we're even looking at having a booth at the Star Trek convention to help schedule people to come in and see our futuristic Welcome Center. So we're doing a lot of innovative, creative projects like this to build brand awareness so that when you go out to introduce LifeWave to someone, they can say, yeah, I heard about LifeWave. I saw that film Code of Creation, or I saw The World's Oldest Intern, or I heard it I saw it online. I saw athletes using it. Whatever the case may be, we're going to continue to push forward and produce these new marketing tools, building brand awareness to make your job easier at building your LifeWave business. Now, I think it's probably a good time speaking about our products. One of the things that our community has been incredibly excited about now for more than a year is the release of our X20 water machine. We have faced incredible challenges trying to get this out to market, hence the delays. But we've wanted to make sure that everything went well. We had during our pre-market phase last year, we had about just over 500 machines, 550 machines that were out at market, and we were able to collect some incredible testimonials and hear about incredible experiences that people were having with this technology. So we're really looking forward to getting this out to market now. We start releasing new machines in February, and stay tuned for more details on that. But we finally were able to resolve some of the technical issues that were in the first batch. We want to make sure everything is perfect, so when we roll this out, you have the best experience possible. So those first machines will be coming, of course, to our launch in the United States. And we're looking at other markets. We're going to be developing the market throughout the European Union, Japan, and South Korea. You'll see notifications on this starting around or so this summer. And we want to be able to do official releases in those markets before the end of this year. Now, that's going to depend on a lot of things, getting coordinated on our manufacturing, order fulfillment, a technical center to support you in each of those markets. So stay tuned for more details, but we want to start here in the US in February, and then release the product out to our global markets before the end of the year. The same would be true with Celergize, although Celergize, of course, is moving a little bit quicker. We got wonderful feedback on Celergize morning and evening. Those product launches have gone great here in the United States. We've developed a version of Celergize for the European Union, so that's going out to market. And likewise, we've also developed a version of Celergize for some countries in Asia. We're also looking at creating formulas for certain markets like South Korea and Taiwan that can't use the formulas that are going out to countries like Japan and Malaysia. So stay tuned on that. We continue to develop and look at how we can get Celergize out to more and more markets since it has been so successful. And of course, one of the things that we're looking forward to doing is building towards our global conference. Now, I want to take a moment to let you know what we're thinking on this. When we built out our welcome center at our office in Utah, the way that we were looking at our office in Utah, and we still do, is as a showpiece. This is why we've had so many incentive trips out to the office in Utah, because we want people to learn about our company, to see who we are, experience our welcome center, and have that understanding of why LifeWave is so different than every other company in our industry. We had to invest a massive amount of money, millions of dollars, to build out that office and welcome center. But our thinking was that this needed to be a showpiece. And if this was going to support our community and help bring new brand partners and customers into our business, if our brand partners could be using that office as a tool, it was well worth it. And that's absolutely what's happened. So we're delighted at how many of our brand partners and leaders take advantage of our office in Utah. Now, what's happened with our global conference the past 2 years is really extraordinary. And quite frankly, it's something that we didn't expect. For those of you that were at the 20th anniversary celebration, you know that we had an amazing lineup of speakers. This was the first year that we did an experience center for our brand partners, a VIP center. And we started off with this amazing 800 drone show. We had the real authentic Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi. And of course, we finished on Saturday evening with performances from Gwen Stefani and Maroon 5. And we got such amazing feedback from our community that we decided to repeat that again for our 21st anniversary celebration last year by kicking things off with 3 Grammy Award winners. We had the Doobie Brothers on Thursday night. We had an incredible lineup of speakers and entertainment during the day. Jacob Collier, another Grammy Award winner, Code of Creation film on Friday. And then, of course, we finished things off with Elton John on Saturday night. And the way our team looked at this was that this was an opportunity to say thank you to all of you for being part of our LifeWave community and for building our business and making this the great company that it is. Because after all, this doesn't happen without all of you. So we always looked at the last 2 years as, hey, let's go the extra mile, and I use this as an opportunity to thank each of you for being a part of LifeWave. But something amazing happened. When we did a debriefing in December with our leaders, they decided to invite some of their prospects, people that were interested in coming into the LifeWave community, to that event. And what our leaders told us was the feedback that they got was as soon as their prospect came into the experience center, they said, oh my God, we've never seen anything like this. They came into the arena, saw the excitement, saw the energy, and they signed up. And even in a meeting, one of our leaders had a meeting the following week, and because of conference, they got 75 new signups in a single day. And this is not a unique experience. We heard this from leaders all over the world, that they brought people that were interested in our LifeWave community. They were interested in checking us out. So they came to the global conference. They were absolutely blown away with the experience, and they joined the company. So the reason why I'm sharing this with all of you is we have set a phenomenal trend now in who we are, what our culture is all about, and how we give back and express our gratitude for our community. So you have my promise that this is going to continue on now. We're going to have a phenomenal global conference this year. It's going to be in October. It's back in Anaheim again at the same place at the Anaheim Convention Center. And we're just now lining up what that event is going to look like, what type of entertainment we have, what type of performers we're going to bring in. But we're going to make it big and bold so that you can be proud to be part of our community, and you can tell people that are on the outside looking in, hey, I'm going to this global conference. We have this amazing lineup. Why don't you join me and find out what this company is all about? So you can look forward to an amazing global conference in October. And of course, we'll share details on that when we get to the appropriate time. So that's about the amount of time I wanted to take to wish you all a happy new year and talk to you about the year ahead. It's going to be another phenomenal year, but mostly I wanted to say thank you for being a part of LifeWave. Thank you for everything that you're doing to bring our products to those people in need. Every day we get to be part of a business and community that's bringing light and healing all across the world. And we're changing lives each and every single day in some amazing ways. So best of luck to you and your family. May God bless you and your family, and have a happy and healthy new year. And looking forward to seeing you at one of our events in the coming months. God bless.
They'll also hear from some of our top leaders that have achieved tremendous success here at LifeWave. And although they're all from different teams within LifeWave, they're all part of the LifeWave family. They're all part of Team LifeWave that are committed in taking David's mission and vision all across the world. So it's my pleasure to bring on our first brand partner leader to join us here at Vision 2026, someone who joined LifeWave almost 15 years ago, quickly became a pioneer within the Hispanic market here in the US and in Mexico, is someone who tremendously cares for his team, is dedicated, is constantly traveling all over the country to be able to support his team. And interestingly enough, he started his profession as an electrical engineer and ended up here in network marketing, has been tremendously successful, and recently became our part of our first group of the inaugural Hall of Fame that we celebrated at conference in Anaheim in October. Please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have 3-star executive Lorenzo Madru. Take it away, Lorenzo.
Vision is one of my favorite words. And not just because how it sounds, but because of where it comes from. Vision comes from the Latin word videre, which means to see. And leadership begins exactly there, with that ability to see before others do. There's a proverb that says, where there's no vision, the people perish. For almost 2 decades ago, I personally witnessed David's vision to serve humankind. Not to sell, not to pressure, but truly serve. The moment I understood that, I knew it with certainty LifeWave was home. Now, I was a business owner and an entrepreneur before LifeWave, and I learned one universal truth about this universe. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And let's be honest, we're not always comfortable with change. Change makes us expand. It pulls us out our comfort zone, and it destroys that illusion of normal. But here's the truth. When changes arrives, there are only 2 directions. You either go up or go down. And when I look back at all the changes we have lived, in my LifeWave business, I feel gratitude. Because what we have today is stronger and more powerful than anything we had before. Every time change shows up in my life, I ask myself one question. Am I going to be cause or am I going to be effect of this change? And I want to say this clearly to every leader. You're not alone. You have your sponsor line to support you. You have your regional managers working tirelessly for us. There's a structure, there's support, there's leadership that wants you to win. One of the changes I'm most grateful for is Compensation Plan 2.0, because I'm seeing people in my teams earning income that they were not earning before. Real people, real progress, real results. My most successful action for someone who wants to understand 2.0 is very simple, and one I strongly recommend. We meet in person or online. We open their back office together. We start with a glossary, making sure they understand the words and terms first. And then I show them how simple it really is to understand. Always keeping the correct gradient. Because when people see it, they understand it. What we had before was a Ferrari. Fast, powerful. But 2.0, 2.0 is a rocket. And once leaders understand that, conviction replaces confusion. Communication is the key. Communication creates that understanding. Understanding removes confusion. And clarity restores that conviction. Today, I invite every one of you to vision what is coming. Right now, so many people on this planet are feeling anxious about losing their jobs, anxious about the challenges and changes technologies like AI are bringing, anxious about not being able to provide for their families. People are searching. People are looking for answers. People are looking for hope. And the truth is, you and I already have what they're looking for. So I'll leave you with this question. Will you be cause or the effect of the changes in your life? Will you vision the future you want and step into it with purpose, courage, and action? Because the choice is yours. And the power is already in your hands. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Lorenzo, for joining us here at Vision 2026 today. We're so grateful for you to take the time to be with us, to share your wisdom, share your experience with the LifeWave community, the LifeWave family. We truly appreciate you taking the time. Thanks again for joining us here at Vision this year. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next speakers. We're going to bring on two speakers with us here for this next segment. And fun fact is these two speakers and I actually go way back, probably at this point about 15 years that we've known each other. And it's been amazing to see how we were able to reconnect here at LifeWave a little over 2.5 years ago when I joined the company. And to see them go from being amazing leaders in this previous life that we were together to seeing them build this empire, this truly incredible, strong team here at LifeWave. I admire them so much for their perseverance, for being able to overcome obstacles, and I'm grateful to be able to have them here with us today at Vision. So please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have two-star presidentials, Marcy Preble and Peter No.
I am so excited to be here. Welcome to Vision. And I'm here with Peter No. So excited to be here with you as well.
Hi, LifeWave.
Anyway, I'm here to tell you a story of Peter and I over the last year. And I hope it will help some of you. About a year ago, I was taking a walk and I was actually listening to a book called The Advantage. Actually, Meredith had told Dr. Stacy it was a good read, and Stacy told me. And the book was about how organizational health trumps everything in business. And it talked about that leaders needed things like trust and love and vulnerability, respect, edification, all that those great qualities, especially in times of conflict. And at that moment when I was walking, I actually started to cry because I thought, where had Team Evolve gone? We were, Peter and our relationship was not where it needed to be. And I needed to ask myself, what was my part and how could I make it better? Well, you see, Peter and I were having to struggle. And, to be honest with you, we are very laid back and we have a lot of fun. But deep in our soul, Peter likes to be right and I like to be in control. And there was a clash. And the clash was over the Evolve system. He wanted to be PPP. I wanted to be 333. And we had our little yelling matches over this. Well, you know what? The funny part is they're the same system, just different letters. And at some point, I realized it's okay to be free to create, and you can still be united. And so I knew it started with forgiveness. And so I made a call for myself, Peter, April, and Stacy. And we are the 4 lines to Evolve. And we all apologized for our part. And we all decided, yes, Evolve is better together. And you know what? We know it is, because guess what happened? Well, we had our executive above call and 150 people came. All our lines were united. Our events, Peter does the best night events. He loves to have his patching event, and then we have dinner and dancing. It's amazing, and I had missed those events. Well, I actually like day events where I have a patching event and we have lunch and then we launch a business, and they're just different. And we used to fight over this. Well, now he's like, Marcy, you do Arizona and you do it the way you want, and tell me what part I have. I said, great. I said, Peter, go do California. You do it the way you want and tell me what part I have. Like, we realize that we're excited to be united again and we're just building. And so what really came from all of this is everything shifted. Love came back, respect came back, edification came back, fun came back, everything came back. And I think the key thing that happened for me is ego went away. I lost ego in the struggle and it was replaced with love. And I'm just so excited in 2026 to go build. Like, we're going to have so much fun again because we figured it out.
Thank you, Marcy.
Mm-hmm.
It only took a little time.
It sure did, about a year.
Well, thank you, LifeWave, and thank you for letting us share literally through Vision of 2026. It's going to be an incredible year. But to start off the year for Marcy and I, Peter No had to really do a reflecting in the last 5 years, from last year to this year. And because of our fast growth when we first started 6 years ago, because of our internal leadership and wisdom that we have not developed in the beginning, but through 6 years of building a teams into hundreds of thousands, because of just the simplicity of the technology, we both realized that we had internal growth to do. What is internal growth? When you come into yourself and you find things that work through the company, because David had to find his internal growth. What makes this company grow? We are the organization, we are the voice, we are the leaders of this company to represent and share this technology out. But through that process, we're learning about ourselves. So this last year, I can truly say, being in the industry for 2 decades, I have learned probably the most important thing as a leader is to look within themselves and to see how you got here, what has happened to develop to here, how can you make things better for the organization, for the team. And at the end of the day, in this industry, it's called relationships. And the only way to develop the relationships is you have to respect and love and communicate that. And we all know, because of the love of David, because of his sacrifice, what he has given LifeWave in the last 21 years, and now to start 2026 off with the biggest foundation platform that LifeWave has developed to empower each one of you, and for the leaders here who have experienced incredible growth, but also growing pains. So as we leave here, Marcy and I leave here with you in 2026 in the vision from our leadership of what we have grown and developed to be able to duplicate it through each one of you. I want to leave you with empower yourself. Take back your own power this year. You have the light in your hands. And the way that you came in here is the way that I'm going to say thank you, Marcy, for 6 years. Because when we came into LifeWave, the very first thing we ever said was, we're going to have fun and we're going to build the most transparent business the world has ever seen. And we're going to leverage and utilize LifeWave's vision with David. And we're going to save the world. And we did it.
We did.
And we did it with love. We did it with pain.
Yeah.
We did it through communication. But at the end of the day, Marcy and I just want to thank each one of you here, because we would not be here without your energy and your love and your support also. No matter what we do as leaders, at the end of the day, if you give your heart, that is what people are going to feel. So thank you, LifeWave. Thank you, David. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you to everyone around the world as we're seeing this whole shift of recognition and rewards. And that is what we want to leave you with.
Well, I'll say this. 2026 is going to be big. It is a new year, and we are united and we are building. And it's so important to come through the struggle, learn from the struggle, and be even bigger and stronger and better. And I believe we are. I can feel it, I can see it, and we're going to go around the country, around the world, and we're going to do events. We're going to be everywhere, and we're going to build. And I'm excited. You know what I'm most excited about? I'm excited to build with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, get ready for LifeWave Vision 26. We love you, and we're going to see you at every event coming to your town.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Wow, Peter and Marcy, thank you so much for joining us today, and what an incredible story. You know, it's funny how, you know, a lot of times you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and for you to open up the way you did, I really appreciate you sharing that with the community. You know, it's not always going to be a smooth path as we're building in LifeWave. You know, there are going to be rocky times, and for you to be able to open up and to show how you've overcome those challenges and you're working together as a team, it's truly incredible to see you and Peter achieving what you have and what you will achieve during the course of this year. So thank you again, Peter and Marcy, for being with us here at Vision. It's my pleasure now to bring on our final speaker for Vision 2026. This leader joined network marketing at just 18 years old, has been a part of the industry ever since. She contributes so many of her successes in life because of what she's learned in network marketing and all the personal growth and development that she's been able to go through over the years. She's a wife, a mother, and author who is completely dedicated in building LifeWave, being a leader that isn't afraid to be in the trenches with her team to develop the new leaders in her organization. Please help me welcome to Vision 2026. We have two-star presidential Carrie Robertson.
I'm honored to be here with you today and to be able to share a little bit, just of some goal setting, some vision, and really how you can launch 2026 and it be your year. So, I want to ask you to do something real quick, and that's to close your eyes because I want you to imagine that it's December the 31st, 2026, and I want you to see the end from the beginning. What have you accomplished this year? How does it make you feel? Most importantly, whose life have you impacted? Now, I always think about this. Imagine if someone else told your story. What would they say? What would they say how your work impacted their life? What you stood for, the things you did, the things you helped them do. And so, as we set goals that we evaluate based on that, I'm telling you now we serve people and we don't just set goals based on numbers. And so, when I think about our vision for 2026 and our goal setting, we've got to engage our heart. How does it make us feel? When we've accomplished our goals and our dreams, what does that make us feel like? Because that's attached to our purpose. It's why we're doing this. And for most of you, it will be for your four walls, your family, for something that, you want things to look different for your life. But whenever you start to attach other people to it, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And so that brings in the heart. Why does it matter? Because whenever you think about the heart, why it matters, and then you bring in the mind, what do you believe? See, I asked you to believe for something you haven't quite seen yet, because I asked you to see December 31st, 2026, and it's just January. So how does that relate? Well, whenever you can start to feel it, whenever you can start to really understand that it is about the mind, it is about the heart, it is about also the physical activity, the daily actions that you take, and you put it all together. Now we start to really break it down, because how you feel on December 31st, 2026, when it's all accomplished, is one thing. But now we got to back it all up and we got to go, okay, I want to get to that point. So what does it look like? Because when we back it up and we take month by month, week by week, to day by day, see, it's not that we just arrive on December 31st, 2026. It's we work every single day to get there. And so this is going to matter as you start to really break down your plan of action and you think, what does it look like? When I think about my home, I think, we build a house here first. See, I built my house. When my son was in the 6th grade, I literally told my husband, this is what I want my house to look like, because I had a young boy, he played baseball, he always had friends over, and there was nowhere for them to do anything. And so I told him, and he said, well, have you drawn it out? And I was like, well, no, but I'm not an artist. And he was like, well, do your best. So I put it on paper. He was in 6th grade. Well, we were about to build a house. He was in 9th grade. So 3 years down the road, we're about to build a house, and I go into just a neighborhood over, and I pull into this neighborhood because I see a sign that says open house. And I walk in and I literally look around, and it's everything that I saw in my mind, that I did my little artwork sketch on paper. It was already built. And so the good news is I didn't have to go get the blueprint, engineer it, do all those things. It was already here. Everywhere. My biggest thing was across the whole back of my house, no matter what room you were in, you would be able to see the backyard. You'd be able to see the pool. You'd be able to see where the kids played baseball. I mean, it was already done. So, when we think about our business, it's no different. We see it first in our minds. And if you can see it in your mind and you can feel it in your heart, then your physical daily action will match it, because what we focus on is what we get results on, right? And so you got to think about your business is no different. We're going to engineer it day by day, week by week, month by month. And on December the 31st, 2026, you can look up and go, I'm here, I did it. And so, whenever you get crystal clear, remember this: clarity creates confidence, and consistent action creates results. You've got to do the results. You've got to have the consistent action. And so I always ask people, what are your 3 daily habits? What are you going to do each and every day that are the day-by-day activities? Because this is what I saw when I came in, that I would do these 3 things no matter what. And that was, how many people will you talk to each and every day new for the first time about this technology? 3 people, right? That was me. I was 3 people. Well, might be 5 for you, might be 10. I don't know what your December 31st, 2026 looks like, but we're going to talk more about that. So then it was, how many people will we follow up with every single day? Every day. For me, it was no matter what, 3 people. And then it was, how many people would I invite to a Zoom? How many people will you invite to a Zoom? Maybe it's a 3-way phone call. Maybe it's just a video you send to see something bigger than you. And for me, that was all 6. And so I just did that. I'm going to talk to at least 3 people every day, follow up with 3 people, and invite all 6. Now, I had big goals, my year end, But here's what I knew. If I was willing to commit to 3 every day to talk to new, 3 to follow up with, and 6 to invite to see something bigger than me, that was that consistent action that was going to take place over and over. I personally said it was every day, 7 days a week, no matter where I was at in the world, on vacation, in another country, it didn't matter. That was my no matter what. You have to decide what that is for you. Now, many days I talked to 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, not gonna lie, right? I had big goals, big dreams, and a big vision, but no matter what. No matter what. And we all go through life. We're going to go on vacation. We had a grandbaby, year 1. Like, we had all kinds of life happening. You know what I find about seasons of life is they change along the way, but we either use a season of life as an excuse or a reason. So, don't compare. One thing I will say is don't compare your season of life to someone else's. You envision your December 31st, 2026, and you work towards that. And don't go, oh, they're going faster, or, oh, they don't know what I have to deal with. I have 5 kids and they're all in sports and they're busy. Use your season of life to benefit you. Don't fight against it. But here's what I know. So for us, when we came in here, we were empty nesters. Now, we've worked this business for the past, I've been in since the day I turned 18, so in direct sales. So I've worked it through every season of life, before children, as a business owner, infants, all the way up through sports and school and college and all of those things. And you know what I always did? I always found a way to look at the bright side. It put me around a lot of people. In my empty nester days, I play tennis, and so I could go to the tennis court. Maybe it's pickleball. Find your fit and what you want to accomplish and use it as a reason, and use your season of life to serve you. Don't fight against it. And so, but don't compare yourself to other people in a different season. It might look different for them. So set your goals realistic to what you can accomplish every single day. And I knew no matter what, it would be those numbers for me. And most days it would be a lot more, but it was going to be that. So I love it whenever we just start to recognize, where we're at, and we set ourselves up to win. Because at the end of the day, this is really about setting yourself up to win no matter what. And that is going to be whenever you protect yourself, protect your vision. There's going to be some naysayers that come along. We'll all tell you the truth. Not everybody's going to think, yes, we're excited for you, you're going to win in life. No, that's not true. Not everybody does that. That's okay. Guard your vision and protect your energy. Set boundaries around it. You just can't let people constantly stay in your space and dump their negativity on you while you're trying to make an impact on the world. And so you just got to be able to be sure that you protect it. And then use our systems and tools. See, this isn't about everything that you know. I will say this, I am a great student. I love to learn. I love to listen to David Schmidt train and teach, and I can listen all day, every day. But here's the reality. I'm not David Schmidt. I did not invent this technology, and I do not try to talk like him or act like him because I just point people to a video, right? And so we use the system and we use the tools that are provided to do that work for us. See, I always know this, I'm the introduction, but I have a movie that I want them to see. And so in doing that, it's pretty cool whenever you go, oh, I don't have to do everything or be everything. When I use the systems and tools that are in place, I can move faster and I can be more efficient, and I can help other people duplicate and win faster too. And that's really what we want to help people do, right? Win. And so, one of the things I'll tell you about your goals as you're looking towards 2026 at the end is having weekly check-ins. Don't wait month by month. If something needs to be adjusted or you need to get some help from your leadership, you need to make those small changes as you go. And so maybe it's what you're saying. Evaluate how you're introducing this. If people are not saying yes to this technology, you've got to think, well, what am I saying? Am I talking too much, right? And so whenever you're starting to reevaluate your business weekly, now you can make some small changes. And remember, it's just that 1 degree that you can adjust that could change everything. And so that's the beauty of it too, is that we do that as we go, not when it's too far gone and now we're like, well, I'm going to miss all of my goals I set for 2026. That's not true, but we need to evaluate those. So treat this like a business and evaluate your goals. And remember this, progress comes from alignment, and small, consistent steps create extraordinary outcomes. It's not looking for the one person that can bring on 100,000 people at one time. It's looking for the people who you impact their life and you share with them, and they duplicate and they duplicate. And those those numbers all of a sudden become massive. It's like a tidal wave, right? People are they're moving through because the technology is changing people's lives, and we're helping people with that. So I just want you to know that as you really start to reevaluate where you're at, you're going to be able to win even faster and help other people do that same thing. So in closing, let me share this. I believe with all my heart, we have the greatest technology on the planet. And I believe every human needs it. And so when I think about that mindset, see, that creates confidence. But I also look at the fact that we have David Schmidt as our inventor, as our leader, as our founder. And, I would put him up against anyone. So my belief in him is through the roof. Meredith, our leadership, the corporate team, our field leaders, we have such a beautiful community, and we have just everything is right. And I don't believe we're here by mistake. I believe that we are absolutely here for such a time as this to really make an impact on the world in their health, in their finances, in their time freedom, in all their freedoms of life, right? Because we have such a beautiful gift we get to give away. And so when you position it from that angle, I'm telling you, as your confidence grows in our company and our products, it's amazing that you too can position this for other people to win. And when I look at my goals every year, I think of how many people do I want to advance? How many people do I want to help get on the next incentive trip, get to the next level? And we work our business based upon how many lives we're going to impact. And I hope that whenever you start to see the end from the beginning, it's not just a bunch of numbers, but your goals are truly attached to the lives you're going to change, the people that you are going to forever impact their world for the good. And, when I think about what we can see, because we're at this such a beautiful pivot in our timing here, because I think a 21-year-old company that most of the world still hasn't heard of, right? And you go, man, and to see where we're at, but to see where we're going, and to know that our future is so strong, that I want you to sit back and think that 2026 is not just your launching year, but it truly could be the launch for generations to come to be impacted by this incredible company. And so with that, I hope and pray that your 2026 is the best ever, and that you get all of your hopes and dreams are fulfilled, and you see the end from the beginning, and it's glorious, but you also see all the lives you're going to impact along the way that are going to be wrapped up in what your goals and dreams produce. So thank you so much for your time.
Wow, Carrie, thank you so much for sharing so many golden nuggets today in your presentation. I love the segment of don't compare your season in life to somebody else's. And that's so true. I think it's so easy for people to fall into that trap. But at the end of the day, what are our objectives? What are we looking to accomplish? And when is the season in life for us? So thanks again, Carrie, for all that valuable information. I will throw in this plug right now.
Cells vibrate. Your organs hum. Your body is an orchestra. Every thought, every heartbeat, every breath is vibration. Beneath the skin, flashes of light carry signals. DNA whispers in electromagnetic rhythm. When one note drifts out of tune, dissonance appears. When interference distorts the signal, imbalance follows. Dis-ease is simply the body forgetting its song. It's not forced, it's harmony remembered. Resonance restored. And your light is the conductor.
Light, the energy of life itself. Since the beginning of time, light has sustained us, fueled our growth, and shaped the world. Even Einstein recognized that everything we are is made of light. But what if we could harness the light within us, not just to live, but to renew, restore, and rejuvenate? As time goes on, we begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Energy fades, sleep declines, and healing takes longer. The reason? Our stem cells, the building blocks of renewal, become less effective over time. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering groundbreaking technology to help the body do what it was designed to do, only better. Introducing LifeWave X39, the first product in the world that activates stem cells using our body's own light. Backed by clinical research, multiple patents, and over 10 years of stem cell research, LifeWave's founder, David Schmidt, achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science. that others, despite years of research and billions in funding, could not. The result? A revolutionary wearable light technology that unlocks the power of activating our own stem cells with a single, safe, affordable, non-transdermal patch that puts you back in control of how you look, feel, and perform. Here's how it works. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light. When an X39 patch is applied to any point on the body, our infrared light is reflected back into the tissue, sending a signal to the brain, activating a powerful peptide, GHK, copper peptide, known to activate our stem cells. These younger, more effective stem cells then go to work, enhancing energy, relieving pain, improving sleep, accelerating recovery, and promoting healthier hair and skin. Unlike drugs or chemicals, X39 works naturally, awakening your body's ability to heal and thrive. Whether you want to boost energy for your busy life, recover faster, or simply feel your best, X39 supports your body's natural renewal process, helping you live long, live well, and live young. No matter your age or stage in life, your body is capable of more than you realize. It's time to unlock your full potential, restore your vitality, and embrace a healthier, more vibrant you. Be the light with LifeWave X39.
Hey, did you know? I just met her. Are you from Korea? What you do? All the manners that you kind, spread love, and posit. Me tell you, you are love. I love you. I could do anything. Go get it. I love you.